booties for black girl nerds.
Awesome. Well, I'm doing great. Thank you guys so much for taking some time out of your busy schedule to speak with me. I really appreciate it. Well, so in my life, I am Eden, and my best friend Ashlyn, she's Dawn. She has a wonderful family, supportive husband. I, on the other hand, haven't unlocked the cheat code to finding that. But Ilana, I'll start with you since you partook in the writing festivities. How did you find a healthy balance between incorporating comedic moments while trying not to take away from the ultimate serious theme at hand?
When I was writing this movie with Josh Rabinowitz and our producer Susie Fox, and Josh and I produced it also, we were brainstorming authentic moments that had happened to us as friends whose friends have gotten pregnant and become parents. And as I was a pregnant person, Josh's wife was a pregnant person, and Susie had two little ones. And it was so easy to come up with the stuff that was funny about these experiences, but the spine of the story that we felt like could really bring us from point A to point B was how your friendships change. And it's like scary, and there's no script for that. Especially the new way that friendships are taking more stronger roles as we get older. You know, it used to be like after you have your best friends and you party in your early 20s, you get married and have a family in your mid 20s. That is so different now.
Yeah.
And that was the thread for us that kept us grounded as the hard comedy was coming pretty easily.
And well, that's actually, I think the comedic part seemed very natural. I think having to like make two people that are naturally funny be serious. I think that seemed like I can see how that translated. Michelle, for you, you play such a great mother and a mother figure. And I think I've given her advice on like how she should, when she has her new baby in the world. And I want to know, have you ever had a situation where you had to dismiss something because it was ultimately affecting your family?
Dismiss something?
Yes, like choose your family over
Oof.
whatever that situation was.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, my family is very Catholic, and my parents wanted me to baptize my children, and I picked godparents that are, I'm the only child, so I called my friends my chosen family, and both godmothers are gay, and somehow that didn't work or was recognized by the church. And I was like, "Are we serious?" Because they were straight when I met them 20 years ago. Is there a loophole? Like, love is love, everybody. And they said, "I'm so sorry. No, you have to pick somebody else." And I said to my family, who I never want to disappoint my family. Do you know what I mean? And so, like, I'm kind of like that. Like, that's the kind of daughter I've been. But my friend Joe and Carlos once told me, once you have kids, you have to learn how to parent yourself. And so in that moment, I said, no, these are the people I want around my kids because I love them and they will love them as if they're their own. And so I didn't get my kids baptized. And it was a very Catholic family, and they're still talking about it. But guess what? They are loved and they are healthy and we are okay. So I think, making your own decisions and not worrying about what everybody else is going to think is a really big thing, all the time with any decision in adulthood.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. Before I go, I'm getting the wrap, but I do want to say that when I saw the film, I had a premiere immediately after. I'm thinking I'm going into a comedy because I know you women, right? I know what you guys, you guys are funny. I did hair, makeup. I had tears streaming down my eyes. Like I had a track of tears going down my eyes, and I went to
Oh,
the premiere right after, and someone's like, "What's wrong with your face?" And I'm like, "What?" So thank you guys
Chalice,
so much for
thank
this
you.
film. Like I'm 33 with no kids, and you guys like brought a side of me out that I was feeling, and I didn't know I was feeling like that.
Yeah,
My best friend and I, we really make it work. So
yeah.
I took the last time of this interview to tell you guys thank you so much for this film. Like it relates to me and my best friend so much.
Oof,
So it was
That
such a
don't.
means
beautiful
the
story.
world. Thank you so
Oh my
much.
goodness.
Thank
See,
you.
Lee. Okay.
Thanks, ladies. You guys have a great day.
Thanks, Chalice.
Awesome. Well, the film touches on so many topics from being a mom to being a single mom, and even how friendships are affected when one becomes a family woman. Well, when working on Babes, was it always the initial direction to make it like somewhat of a comedy mixed with the serious themes, or did it kind of just navigate to be that way?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of my thing anyway. You can't it can't just be straight up comedy and it can't just be straight up emotion. and it can't just be all darkness. You know, it's the perfect blend. It's the human pool of life.
As I was telling Ilana and Michelle earlier, I actually did not anticipate it being so like really pulling at my like heartstrings. I really just thought I was going to see a comedy, and because I am 33 with no kids and I have a best friend who has a full family, I really felt that. So it really connected with me, and I was telling them that I was like crying and had makeup on and didn't know that I was going to be crying going into this
I
film.
love
So
that.
what
I
you put
love
together
that.
is just so beautiful. So thank you so much for that.
I
I
love that line that Eden says to Dawn. She says, "Best friends get so fucked over in real life."
It's true. And it's you have to prioritize your family. And it's
Yeah.
like, hey, you just got a newborn and it's like you only known this baby for a couple of months. You know
Yeah.
me for years, but hey, priority.
Yeah.
Ilana, with her being a writer on the film, how did you guys land on casting her with Michelle? Because their bond and their friendship translates well and it's so realistic to watch unfold.
Yeah. We had to kind of like turn it around really quickly so Michelle could get back to LA to shoot her TV show. And
Okay.
so they knew each other. Like I mean, I found this out recently that they go back. And
Oh.
you know, they came up and stand up in New York City together, and they have that shorthand. And there's a lot of people who are comedians, there's a lot of people who are actors, but there's not a lot of people who possess the talents that these two women do. And the way that they can just like volley with each other, you just stand back and watch, and you nurture them. You know, I had the same thing with the Lucas brothers. It was just like everybody was like, "Oh my God, I died. They're the
No,
cutest
it
things
was
in the world.
it was a really good choice to put them together. And
Oh.
I was going to ask, since you have two female leads, what are some challenges that you face when trying to put together a comedy with females? 'Cause I know that sometimes people don't want to touch like raunchiness, but it is something that we need in this world today.
I don't know why it's so unusual. It's like, can this be normal now? You know, I'm interested in women's stories. I'm interested, and you know, when you watch a lot, no names, but like a lot of newer American cinema, and directed by men, they just don't know how to.
They don't hit the mark.
They just don't know how to do it. They
That's
need a
true.
woman's touch in there. You need
That's
a
true. And you did a
woman's
really
touch.
good job at translating that, because I'm funny and I have like a lot of guy friends, so I fit in with them. But when I get
Right.
with the girls, it's like a little bit sensitive. But last question, I am getting the wrap. Both Dawn and Eden's houses are so beautiful. Had me thinking about living life in New York. Whenever you put together the actual like choosing of what city he was going to be in, did you land on New York having to incorporate the whole, the train being so far away and like the commute?
Yeah,
Like,
it
did
was
that?
written. It was written for New York City. Like, this is a New York story, and in terms of where they live and what the aesthetic is, that's the kind of the way I like things to look, and I like it to feel like. I mean, we shot Dawn's place, gorgeous brownstone in Harlem, like this unbelievable like 4-story, and Eden's place was a loft in Bushwick, and nobody at either place wanted us to be shooting there who lived in those neighborhoods. They were finally like at 2:30 in the morning, they were like, "Shut the fuck up, bitch," when they were like breaking the breast pump and when they were tripping on mushrooms. We had it all
Awesome.
in.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that story. I really appreciate it.
You
You have a
got
really
it.
good project on your hand, and it was so nice speaking with you.
Nice
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerds. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds.